It's a refrain we've all heard before. Africa lags behind the rest of the world in generating new scientific knowledge. Our continent, home to 16% of the world's population, produces less than 1% of the world's research output. While these are difficult admissions to make, there are several projects and initiatives that offer hope. But what's even more encouraging is the passion we see in Africa's PhD holders, many who are determined to use their hard-earned knowledge to move our continent forward.
My name's Helen Morris. I am currently a very new PhD student at the University of Sussex, working on a project doing research in Zimbabwe and also in Uganda. I think that something that we have to think about a lot, particularly in the Zimbabwean context, is that there is a big gap between Zimbabwe and many other parts of the world in terms of human capital development. I think that our research institutions haven't had as much funding and political support and interest.
I'm a scientist working in mining and land, and I think a lot of the research we do, they inform policy making in Zimbabwe, particularly in extractives and in agrarian issues. My work also goes beyond Zimbabwe. I have a book that just got published on South Africa. We are contributing to the debate on the land question in South Africa and in the region, and I'm also involved in other collaborative ventures with European scholars and Africa-wide scholars. So a lot of my work is contributing to policy debates in Zimbabwe as well as the Southern African region.
My contribution was in making sure that the clinicians just don't focus on the clinical aspects of HIV, but they also focus on the social, contextual aspects that affect that. And because the ultimate goal is to get these young people on treatment, yes, and also to make sure that they are adherent, because we're moving around the 1990 targets where we need to make sure that everyone who is living with HIV know their status, they are on treatment, and they are adherent, they are virally suppressed.
This is an amazing opportunity to give chance to those who would otherwise not have a chance to do so. So I believe as we address equity and inequality issues in the education space, there are no better ways besides providing and availing opportunities to colleagues who would otherwise not have such an opportunity. And if we link it to Sustainable Development Goal number 4, one of the key targets under that SDG is provision of opportunities and scholarships, especially at the higher level of learning. And I believe this doctoral fellowship launch is just one of the multiple answers to respond to that need, which I see is quite huge, especially if you look at developing countries like my country, Zimbabwe.
Though the statistics on PhDs in Africa today might not be the brightest, we know that tomorrow's headlines will paint a far brighter story. So we say to all our PhD students, thank you, please keep shining, and please keep striving. Zimbabwe and the rest of Africa is counting on you.